Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto is coming under fire for lying to authorities over how he acquired land on a personal property that he owns. Now, Reuters news service broke this story over the land. An asset declaration made in 2013 shows that the property in question was a gift from his father. Then the asset declaration was a part of a transparency push from his critics. Now, Nieto actually purchased the property from a third party, then listed its value in a document as under $5. Questions loom as to why he's trying to conceal the land's value. Jose, a lot of concerns come up here because, you know, we're talking about a country that's known for corruption,
yes,
rife with corruption. Here we have a transparency push. We're talking about a silly piece of land when so much other issues are going on within this man's own political spectrum.
I think you're completely right. I think it's important that the world learns about what is going on with this gentleman, but the reality is that this is the tip of the iceberg. We can sit down and discuss why he did or did not declare a small piece of land. The reality is that there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of people dying or dead because of a war of drugs that is fueled by corruption, by the involvement of the state, a failed state that has been more involved with the development of his image as a TV personality, as someone that relates to the public, get elected, and then don't know anything about politics and take the country in a direction that it's bloody, it's painful to see the degradation and the lack of regard for rules and how it's becoming a no man's law land where everything goes.
Well, we are just talking about a silly piece of land, but the fact remains that he did lie about the land, first calling it a gift from his father, then only saying, you know, it's worthless. It was recorded that he paid $5,000. You know, who knows what this deal was all about, but we're talking about a place that is rife with corruption, bribery, scandals. You know, if journalists try to report on it, they're kidnapped or murdered.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know why we haven't heard anything about this in the Mexican press. One newswire here reported on it, Reuters, but I haven't seen anything else about this.
Well, the reality is that the relationship between Peña Nieto and Televisa, which is the main outlet, the main TV the network in the country, is so close and it's so tight that everything that shines light to the level of corruption and involvement of Peña Nieto with shady business will always be silenced. It will always be filtered out. And you know, I hope that more international outlets pay attention and bring this to the world. We saw it with the 43 people that got killed, the normalists, the teachers that got killed.
Right.
The world came out together and said, like, what's going on in Mexico? And the reality is that still today we don't know what happened to them. And that is just one example of the many, many incidents that Peña Nieto could be responsible of, and he should be brought responsible about the killings of so many thousands of people in the country, out of corruption in the authorities, the involvement of the government with the drug dealing. It's very sad.
Well, that's what this story is doing because it was written for an English audience in English, and they are looking at him now and saying, you know, what's going on with your government? What are you hiding exactly? And hopefully there will be more discussions about the corruption that's happening and the murder of innocent people, as well as the propaganda machine that's going on in Mexico right now, so that people aren't getting the information that they need.
No, they're grooming politicians one after the other. They have schools where they teach them how to speak, how to play to camera. They set up all this. It's very sad to see. We've had many cases where the media set up operations to make the government look good. That cover story right there, that was bought, and the receipt that show that they bought out this cover story, and most of the world bought it. So I hope people little by little start realizing the danger of this man.
We hope that people start looking at these stories more closely, that's for sure. We'd love to know what you think about this story and about his land deal. Be sure log on, post your comments below. While you're at it, subscribe to the Lip TV 2.